G'day, welcome to another episode of A Pirate in Chains. Today we're here at the Hobart Penitentiary, but Jimmy never spent time in the Hobart Penitentiary, but he did spend quite a bit of time here, or at least quite a number of occasions. Because in 1821, when this complex was first constructed, this was the Hobart Prisoners Barracks, and it was built as accommodation for all convicts in government service. Between 1803 and 1853, 75,000 convicts were transported to Van Diemen's Land, and the male convicts, 62,500 of them, all transited through these premises. Every single male convict was processed here before being allocated out to labour. Every convict proceeded through here whilst transitioning from probation station to probation station. Jimmy himself passed through this prisoners barracks no less than 10 times during his period of convict servitude, totaling a period of approximately 6 months. So it really was a transit station, and we're going to have a look at the complex and find out a little bit more about it. So we're here on Bathurst Street in Hobart, and this sandstone wall here is actually quite significant, and we'll find out in a minute why. But in the meantime, let's go for a walk and see if we can track this wall a little bit further. The barracks were absolutely huge, covering at least 2 acres of city blocks between Bathurst Street and Brisbane Street along Campbell Street, and bisected halfway by Melville Street. Melville Street now runs completely through the previous site. It used to only go halfway. But it's absolutely huge site, and remembering that when 62,000 male convicts passed through here, it certainly was a huge industrial complex. Jimmy first passed through here in February 1845 on his transfer from the coal mines to the Browns River probation station. And he was back here a bit over a year later in May 1846, transitioning from Fingal to the Cascades, with his next visit in August 1847, when transitioning again from the coal mines, which I didn't actually pick up before. He must have spent another couple of months at the coal mines in between the Cascades and being transferred down to Leamington. In November 1849, James was back here after serving his time at Lymington. Yep, we know that he moved from Lymington to Southport, but just bureaucracy, I guess. He had to come all the way back up here to Hobart. He transited through the prisoners' barracks before travelling all the way down the far south to Southport when he was already halfway there. Good to see Tasmanian government bureaucracy hasn't changed. And then the last time he was here for quite a while was in December 1849 after his life sentence to Norfolk Island. He spent a short time here for transiting down to the ship which would take him into the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
He takes the half-murdered wretch to the office before a commandant. He is sentenced to 50 or 100 lashes. He is tied, and the number is inflicted in the most brutal manner. Every strike taking away flesh until blood runs down to his heels.
In February 1856, after leaving Port Arthur, James was back here at the barracks for his first assignment to Franklin. And in April 1856, after finishing his time at Franklin, on his way to transition to the Risdon Ferry, he was back here again. And then again, November 1856, for 2 weeks, of which some of that time was in hospital further down the road, Liverpool Street, in what is now the Royal Hobart Hospital. And then later in July 1857, he spent 2 months here. That was as a result of getting in a bit of trouble down at Browns River and spent a little bit of time on the treadmill apparently.
An immense wheel about 30 feet in diameter and 60 feet in length was kept in constant motion by 30 prisoners. Every 4 minutes one man would descend from the wheel at one end while another mounted it at the other.
Before being then reallocated to his last assignment at Patterson's Brewery. It's not a bad reward actually, is it? Working in a brewery, gotta love it.
And sing your pretty songs, the cypress bricks on the ocean, boys, and by justice does she say.
That was the worse for the drink. I turned back in passion, and I took up the bar and I struck him with it. I destroyed him.
broken only by stifling sobs, as the bushranger knelt to receive the last confirmation of his faith. Then,
no offences recorded against his name. Maybe I need to send them the actual records. With the closure of the original Hobart Jail down in Murray Street, the Prisoners Barracks became the main prison and was renamed the Penitentiary, colloquially called the Tench. And most of the remaining buildings here on the site are from that latter period, and not so much from the time when Jimmy spent his time here at the barracks. But it's well worth a look, and come and check it out. It's quite fascinating. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of A Pirate in Chains, a little bit different, transiting a much extended period of time. So let's backtrack now from 1857 back to 1846, when James transited through here at the Prisoners Barracks between Fingal to Cascades on the Tasman Peninsula, which we'll have a look at in episode 4. Hope you liked it. Please click like, please subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you again in the next episode of A Pirate in Chains. Thanks for watching.